Another crazy day for Tesla stock as we move into Cybertruck day. You can see that we actually gapped up and hit highs at 252.39, and a lot of people started taking profits there, specifically big money. You can see we had a big bearish order block that came in from about 252.55 all the way down to 245. And this is what we were expecting as of yesterday. We were talking about why we took our profits, obviously short, but I closed my calls out for a very good profit yesterday at about $245. In this video, we're going to go over a lot. We're going to be talking about if I think buying calls or swinging shares into the Cybertruck event is worth it. And we're really going to go over the unusual options activity that's been coming in today because there's a lot of conflicting things happening. We saw yesterday that there were some puts that came through, and today we ended up rejecting, saw the order block as we talked about earlier, but there's really just a lot that we need to cover in this video and a lot of things that are happening behind closed doors in the options market as we move into the Cybertruck event. So let's just start first. We're going to get to our show notes. Now, the thing I want to start this off with is actually that I read an article earlier. I have no idea if this is confirmed. I believe it was a sales manager in San Diego at one of the dealerships that was showing the truck off, stated that supposedly it only has a 250-mile range. Now, a lot of people in the comment section of X, which if you guys want access to all my Tesla content, all my trades, all the flow, it's all over there. You guys should definitely be following me. But a lot of people did bring up the fact that this might just be the everyday usage, right? Because if they say that the EPA estimate is like 350, that could mean every day you're looking at 250 miles, depending upon where you live, which version of the truck you have. But I will say, if this comes out and it only has 250-mile range as like the high end, that would be absolutely terrible. I would see no reason as to why they would do it, but I did figure that I would share that with you guys. Today, as far as my trades, I recapped them all. I closed out for a $5,200 profit. You can see here I lost $50 on Tesla. I actually had some puts that I would have made a killing on. But let's talk about the heat map first, because before we move into the technicals and talk about levels, I want to talk about the flow and all of the money that's been moving behind closed doors. When it comes to unusual options activity, many people here might not understand what that means. But you have the normal stock market, which you guys see here, which is very important to be keeping an eye on. But you also have the options market, and the options market is a separate market. It does trade off of the underlying stocks, but the options market is a completely different market that uses different financial instruments. And as some of you might know, depending upon how new you are to your trading and investing journey, if you're somebody who's buying calls, you believe that the stock is going to go up. So you can see at the bottom left side of your screen, Tesla today had 274 million confirmed bullish flow, meaning $274 million worth of confirmed bullish options, which is a good sign, obviously, if you are long on Tesla. So we can actually see what these guys and girls are doing. And it's very important because we can, if you're really good at spotting the flow, which unfortunately this is a skill in its own set, most of the flow that you will see, most of the programs that people try to sell you are really just not worth it, because you have to know how to read the language of what these people are doing and have to understand, number one, is this something that's even worth looking at? And number two, what type of insider information might this person know? Because, for instance, I remember back when I saw on Carvana, I had an insane short on Carvana, but I saw big money getting hundreds of millions of dollars worth of puts on Carvana all the way up here at $320 when this crashed. There's so many times that you'll be able to watch these flows and not use this as a one-stop shop for direction on where the stock is going to go. But if you can decipher this correctly and you can use it in conjunction with proper risk management, technical analysis, fundamental catalysts that are happening, you can find some real consistency in your trades and in your investments. Especially at a time now where Tesla has a big event coming up, we can see how these institutions are poising themselves for the move. Are they putting hedges on? Are they buying open options? This is very important. The first thing that we're going to look at is going to be the overall confirmed bullish flow on the day, which is $274 million as stated before. This is a lot of money. $274 million on the options market for Tesla, confirmed to be bullish, is a lot. But the thing that you have to understand here and you have to take into account is, how did these positions close out? Are they still holding on to these trades? How does the lay of the land look at this exact moment? Because this is going to show me the entire day, but I have no idea what's happening at this moment now. So what we can do is go over to our heat map, and right here, which I post these in our private Discord, and I also post the Tesla one specifically over on X, but you can see here we actually have $5,242.50 covered calls, which means that somebody has a massive hedge position, and this individual believes, which I posted over on my X earlier, this person is betting that by Friday, Tesla will close below $242.50. And if that doesn't happen, then this individual, which you can see it was 3,766, now it's up to 5,000. This person will lose hundreds of millions of dollars worth of shares in Tesla stock. So this is obviously not to say that we need to be getting puts on Tesla, but it is a reason for me, if I was still holding on to my calls, to potentially lighten up my position, meaning selling half of my trade just to remove some risk. Now, as a long-term Tesla holder and as an investor, I am not going to be swinging any covered calls into this event. If we move over here to the weekly chart, you're going to see that how this next candle closes is going to be very important. We have these big pivot levels setting up here at $230 to $245, and it seems that as long as we close over this level, we should continue to rally up to this liquidity zone at about $300. If that doesn't happen and we end up rejecting here, for instance, let's just say we were to have a really bad event, something, I'm not even gonna jinx anything, but let's just say something were to happen, and from here we get slapped down, our next level is $212, and if $212 is given up, the next level from there is all the way down at this target I have drawn out at $170. So for those of you who are bearish, this right here is what you're looking for. I'll actually keep this up on the screen. However, what I think will most likely occur, and I'm not saying this just because I'm a long-term shareholder, because you guys know that I'm always down to get puts or cover my position on Tesla, but looking at this here, what I think will more so happen is we will actually break through this level, move up to the liquidity zone at 300, and then I would be setting a stop loss under the previous week low at about $226. So really, this level that I'm going to highlight here is what we're watching. The break above means we're moving to $290 to $300, and the break below means we're moving to $211 and even lower at $170. So this is really what we're going to be watching going into the next couple of weeks. And I do believe that the catalyst to all of this is obviously going to be the Cybertruck event. So let's talk about something else that's actually rather bullish on the market, because I feel, so let's talk about something else that's rather bullish on the market. I posted this on X, and I basically went through and showed that at 1:55 p.m. today, we had a huge 5,000 spot, that's a sizable order, phantom print on the S&P 500. Now, a phantom print is basically a magnet level. It is a massive order that we will usually see price gravitate to. So at the time, the S&P 500 was trading at $456.11. At this moment, we're trading at $454 and about 72 cents. So it seems like obviously the phantom print is set higher. So what I will normally do is take this phantom print level 465.15. In most cases, I'll come in here, make it a solid line, and then I'll make it usually a very bright purple. So this way I know that this is a phantom print level. If you were to see here, in order to hit this phantom print level, we would have to actually break through this liquidity zone, have the liquidity grab happen, which just basically means that once we push through the liquidity level, that we'll get that smooth and quick move up to 473.22. And from there, we'd end up hitting this phantom print. And if you guys remember a couple of weeks ago, we had a phantom print sitting right around 457.80, which we've hit this week. So in the short term, I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow we see the S&P 500 pull back. I actually have some puts on Apple. Maybe we see Tesla continue to pull back a little bit more, but ultimately the trend is still up. I will still be trading accordingly. If you guys want access to every single one of my trades, you can use the second link in the description. It's only $50 a month. And obviously the trades alone today would have paid for nearly 10 years of our trades. So you guys will get access to all my trades, all of our trading bots, which are meant for people who have a full-time job, who just want consistent income and consistent profits. Obviously it's not just easy and you're going to make a ton of money. Like if that was it wouldn't be real. But what we do help you guys understand is how to think in probabilities, how to trade accordingly, how to use our trading bots, and we obviously give you access to all my trades. So go check it out. Second link in the description, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.